1792 saw the rise of Dracula to undeath and prominence once again. But until recently, the 5th dynasty of Dracula had been shrouded in mystery. Leading the effort to clear up that mystery is Madame Esther, scholar of Hungarian history at Kaunas Academy at Zarasai, Lithuania. Although primarily a cryptoglyphic analyst, the discovery of richly detailed notes left by one of Dracula's minions prompted Madame to create a computer simulation of the events of this Draculastic dynasty.
This is our computer simulation of one of the legs of Richter's journey, and this would be near the beginning of the journey. We see that he's already entered the castle, and the reason we've chosen to build our reenactment this way, of course we use computers because some of the monsters are just too difficult to present any other way. We're afforded a great deal of liberty with recreating them to a very high degree of accuracy.
The year is 1792. In a town near Argeș in Wallachia, modern-day Romania, Dracula's castle, the Castle Vania, once again mythically appears atop a mountain overlooking the serene European landscape. A farm boy and hired hand named Richter Belmont soon discovers he must remaster the whip training of his youth and combat the forces of evil Dracula has set loose upon the land.
We have a period, we've narrowed it down to the period of about three or 4 days worth of time in late March 1792 when Dracula appears. Dracula discovers that Richter's in the area, probably at this time in a farmhouse. Richter was himself a refugee from the recent war, lost his parents in the war, who was traveling with Annette Renard and her younger sister Marie Renard. And they were probably in a nearby farmhouse just trying to establish themselves safety. And Dracula sees that he has this opportunity. Richter is traveling to a nearby town, probably to secure some supplies that they couldn't create themselves or gather in any other way. He had to go to the town. Dracula seizes this opportunity, sends the calls of death, swoops in, kidnaps Annette and Marie, and whisks away with them, in fact. And so Richter goes to town, sees that nothing's a problem, comes back, they're gone, goes back to town. By the time he's back, the town is on fire, the castle is now a pair of the fog lifts, and he has to go to action right then.
Since the early 15th century, the city of Tudela in Navarre, Spain, had fallen into economic and social depression. The locality became a hotbed of Hashishans, assassins for hire, who wielded deadly skill with the shamshir. The Hashishans were thought to be possessed of supernatural powers, as those who witnessed assassinations often recalled seeing day turn into night, or the appearance of unholy beasts, or other unexplained occurrences. In 1758, the disparate shadow societies coalesced into the Armory of Death, an order based on Hamat, a concept of fate strongly tied to doomsday prophecy.
The Armory of Death themselves ascribe to a fate concept, and we can sort of see that fate concept, that hand at work, even without it. So Dracula, this time, understood that there was more in play than there had been before, and had to treat the situation differently, given that not only had the cult I mean, they were there and they were there to help him, but perhaps he had this feeling that their fate concept was actually another hidden hand that was a player in this drama.
The man behind this unholy union was the Sword of the Armory, Saif Utudela.
There was also a cult behind it and a man behind that cult. His name is a little obscure and hard to say, so it gets turned into Shaft, transliterated incorrectly. His name was Saif Utudela of his doomsday cult called the Armor of Death. He was the sword of that cult, hence Saif. And this time around, the cult were partially responsible almost for Dracula returning.
This link to dark sorcery is first firmly established in 1610, where French executioners tortured the Tudela-tutored assassin, François Ravaillac, by burning him with sulfur to ensure the soul of his victim, Henry IV of France, would not be bound by witchcraft. The Tudela occult movement often recruited members from across Europe, and although they shared a written language of demonic glyphs, meetings of these shadow societies involved 7 or more spoken languages and translators of supernatural skill.